The thing about ancient defense systems is that they are like your great aunt's secret recipes. No one really understands how they function anymore, but they will absolutely obliterate you if you are not cautious. The archaeological team aboard the research vessel Untold Discovery was learning this the hard way, narrowly avoiding another barrage of quantum phase plasma from a security mechanism that, by all logical reasoning, should have ceased operating several million years ago. Preliminary analysis suggests this is certainly not a natural occurrence, shouted the chief archaeologist, demonstrating an uncanny ability to state the obvious while diving behind a console as another energy burst sliced through the space where their head had been mere moments before. The ship's pilot, a Valuan with an impressive array of tentacles and an even more impressive repertoire of near-death encounters, executed what could only be described as a dance maneuver in four-dimensional space. "You think?" they retorted, three of their eyes rolling, while the remaining four remained fixated on maneuvering through the debris field. What gave it away? The geometric blast patterns, or the fact that it's spelling out "go away" in 13 different extinct languages. The artificial gravity fluctuated as they spiraled past an exceptionally aggressive defense turret. Ancient fragments of technology, ranging from the size of a dinner plate to that of a small moon, whirled past their viewports, each one radiating the same ominous violet energy, saturating this entire sector of space. "Wait!" The xenolinguist, who had been working feverishly at their station despite the chaos, suddenly straightened, all 6 of their sensory stalks perking up. "I'm detecting a signal. It's a beacon, still active, incredibly ancient but transmitting." The pilot executed another physics-defying maneuver, prompting several crew members to regret their last meal. "Wonderful. Could you perhaps focus on the part trying to kill us?" "No, you don't understand." The linguist's translation tendrils writhed with exhilaration. "The defense system, it's not attempting to annihilate us. It's herding us toward the beacon." A holographic display flickered to life at the center of the bridge, revealing a colossal structure concealed within the debris field. It resembled a fusion between a lighthouse and a quantum computer, adorned with geometric patterns so intricate they were painful to observe directly. Pulsing with that ever-present purple energy, it radiated an unsettling presence. The chief archaeologist, who had finally found refuge behind a reinforced bulkhead, leaned forward with professional intrigue. "Can you decipher the transmission?" "Working on it." The linguist's appendages moved rapidly across their console. "It's using a fundamental encryption scheme that, oh, good. Or, we're about to be annihilated," the pilot asked, deftly weaving through intersecting energy beams. "It's a warning about Earth." Silence fell over the bridge. Even the automated defenses seemed to hesitate, as if acknowledging the gravity of the moment. "What kind of warning?" the chief archaeologist inquired, though their tone suggested they already suspected they would not like the answer. The linguist's translation tendrils had gone pale. "It says, 'Never wake them,' and then it repeats, again and again, in every language the civilization ever knew. Some of these dialects are millions of years old, but they all say the same thing." A particularly large energy discharge shook the ship as though punctuating the revelation. The pilots swiveled their controls, aligning the ship toward the beacon, which now appeared less like a guiding light and more like a gravestone. "Well," the chief archaeologist murmured, attempting to maintain a professional composure despite the circumstances, "I suppose this explains why this sector was labeled here be dragons on every ancient star chart." The pilot's tentacles tightened on the controls. "Should we get closer?" Before anyone could respond, the beacon's violet glow intensified. The ship's sensors blared as data flooded in. Star charts, coordinates, historical records, and a very extensive list of things not to do near Earth. The chief archaeologist exhaled sharply. "I think we just discovered why no one has heard from the last 3 archaeological teams that ventured into this sector." The beacon's light pulsed one final time. Then, across every computer screen, datapad, and holographic display aboard the ship, a singular message appeared. "They are not dead. They are not extinct. They are sleeping. and they must never wake. The pilot, already initiating an escape trajectory, muttered, "Wonderful. First day of the expedition. Anyone else in the mood for a nice, safe dig on a volcanic moon instead?" News of the beacon's discovery spread through the archaeological community faster than a quantum virus through an unprotected database. Within days, 3 major expeditions had launched toward coordinates extracted from the beacon's data dump. The Untold Discovery's crew now found themselves in an impromptu space race, trying to reach the second beacon before their academic rivals could stake their claim. "The Prudent Scholar just dropped out of hyperspace on our port side," reported the sensor officer, their crystalline form flickering with agitation. "And the Tenured Hope is approaching from stellar north. Both ships are broadcasting full academic credentials and salvage rights claims." The pilot's tentacles twisted into what the crew had learned was their equivalent of a smirk. "Good thing we're not heading where they think we're heading, then." The chief archaeologist glanced up from their study of the beacon data. The coordinates in the public data dump were a decoy? Of course they were. The pilot expertly steered the ship toward what seemed like empty space. Did anyone really believe that a civilization smart enough to build million-year-old defense systems would just hand out their actual coordinates? The xenolinguist's tendrils twitched with excitement. The true coordinates were embedded in the data's background radiation pattern. "But how did you—" "I once dated a quantum cryptographer," the pilot replied nonchalantly. "Very messy breakup. Learned a lot about hidden patterns, though." Their smugness was short-lived. A proximity alarm blared. A massive quantum storm had materialized directly in their path, its swirling energy radiating the same eerie purple hue as the first beacon's defenses. "Well," the chief archaeologist muttered, "I suppose this confirms we're on the right track." "Obviously," the pilot agreed, steering the vessel directly into the storm. Ancient civilizations love concealing their secrets inside lethal natural phenomena. It's their version of putting a padlock on a diary. Reality warped as they plunged into the quantum tempest. Time and space distorted, bending impossibly, while the crew experienced the unique sensation of simultaneously being everywhere and nowhere. Several of them would later describe it as feeling eerily similar to that time at the Academy party with the experimental punch. Through the maelstrom, the sensor officer straightened suddenly. Multiple ships detected, entering the storm behind us. The Prudent Scholar and Tenured Hope must have decrypted the coordinates as well. "Impossible," the xenolinguist protested. The pattern was too well hidden. "Unless," the chief archaeologist mused, "they also had crew members who dated quantum cryptographers." The pilot's tentacles performed what could only be interpreted as an embarrassed shuffle. It may have been a rather complicated breakup, involving multiple people, at a cryptography conference. Before anyone could properly process this revelation, the storm cleared, revealing their destination. A massive structure floating in the void, its impossible geometry spiraling through dimensions that defied known physics. And at its center, pulsing ominously, was the second beacon. And then the structure moved. The AI's form flickered erratically, its usually composed projection unraveling into a cascade of overlapping signals. "Oh no," it whispered, its voice tinged with something disturbingly close to reverence. "This is it, the event all those warnings were about." Throughout the solar system, millions of dormant pods stirred to life. Deep beneath the surface of Earth, colossal reactors surged with power, dormant megastructures humming as they booted up from their eon-long standby mode. Defense satellites adjusted their trajectories with the precision of ancient sentinels. "They're waking up," the AI continued, voice edged with something between awe and terror. "And, oh no, they're already brainstorming." A transmission cut through every frequency at once, Earth itself speaking after its long silence. "HNGH, 5 more minutes. Wait, do I smell bacon?" The entire system seemed to shudder as ancient networks pulsed with revitalized energy. "And hold on, did someone out there just try to reinvent physics without us?" The AI emitted what could only be described as a synthetic groan. Oh no! Oh no, no, no. They're feeling competitive. Another silence. Then a final message. This time, there was no mistaking the eager anticipation in its tone. All right, fine. We're up. Someone start the coffee. The good one. The one that makes reality a little anxious. Across the galaxy, warning beacons blink futilely, their purpose long since reduced to a formality. The AI turned to the frozen explorers, its form stabilizing into something resembling resignation. You don't understand. They don't just innovate. They improve things. Even the things that shouldn't be improved. The security officer gulped. That doesn't sound so bad. The AI flickered again. That's exactly what the last civilization said. Right before humans taught them how to juggle neutron stars for fun, a final transmission pulsed outward from Earth, unfiltered, unstoppable. Hey, universe, we're back. And we had the best dream about some really cool engineering concepts. Who's ready to help us test them? The universe collectively held its breath.